What's up, world? How y'all doing? Monday morning, baby. Motivation and inspiration. Hope you tapped in with the plug this morning. Read up. Got your energy on 100 for another week. Off the rip, what's 5 things you're grateful for? What's 5 things that happened positive in your weekend? I know it gotta be something. Daughter had a soccer tournament. They lost in the championship and the tears came, so I had to be super daddy again. So shout out to my fathers that know what that's like to have your baby girl or your son crying in their arms. They lost a big game. And I just want to hope you starting this week in a good mood. Hope your energy is up. Hope you smiling, you happy. Shout out to everybody that's going to work, going to school, already at work, different time zones, all that good stuff, man. Making a difference in the world. It's raining a little bit here in Kansas City, but since we ain't got the light, I'ma be the light, you dig? And today, I was reading 21 Laws of Leadership by John C. Maxwell over the weekend. I just dipped in it a little bit. And he was talking about momentum. And he was saying that the statement, if you can't take the heat, get out the kitchen, is wrong. And that the statement should be, if you can't create the heat, get out the kitchen. Because we all are creators in life. And in order for anything to get started, you got to get moving. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. So it ain't so much about taking the heat. It's about you being able to keep going against the storm, going against the grain, whatever obstacles and hardships are coming your way. Can you keep going? Can you create the momentum to deal with the obstacles? And on this Monday morning, I wanted to challenge you to keep that momentum going. And if you ain't got it started yet, then what's the hold up? Get moving. What Pop say on Friday? Off your ass and on your feet. Man, the channel growing, more subscribers, more comments. It's all love in the most respectful way. In a world full of negativity, you got so many different groups. I just sat back and like, man, I don't know how y'all don't see the Hunger Games popping off with the ADOS and the FBA and the BLM and the LGBT, and it's like, how are we really letting the world box us in right now? We so much bigger than our skin color and our sexual orientations. Yeah, we all falling into this trap. How are we all making content about modern women and modern men, not understanding we all falling into the traps of communism? And something that I want to clarify, I don't think that all humans are meant to have the same types of relationships. Personally, I think that's one of the biggest issues in the world, that everybody puts a stake down and says, my side is right, this is the correct way to live, and if you ain't living this way, then you going to hell. Some people are meant to be married, some people are meant to be single. Some people are meant to have 25 kids, some people meant to have 25 cats. It's not my job to tell you what situation is best for your life. It's just my job to tell you you don't have to fit into anyone else's narrative. Like, we all got that voice inside of us. We all know what our true calling is. But when you listen to this external world, that voice on the inside gets drowned out. And I think we can all agree that the more you compromise yourself to appease other people, you slowly feel yourself dying on the inside. And the younger you are as a child, you never really get a chance to think for yourself. The world tells you who you are and what to be before you even figure that out. And if your parents don't love you and protect you, then you gotta go through this whole thing called life, unlearning the things that you've been programmed to know by society. And on this Monday morning, I'm just doing my part to let you know you can rise above all that. It's never too late to be who you want it to be. And I'm saying that as an individual who I really can't say when it clicked, that I can control my reality, that I can take the power back, that I can live life on my terms, that I can make life my bitch. I want to say 2020 is when it started kind of clicking for me a little bit. You know, that voice is always there for all of us, but it gets suppressed by your environment. And I can say for myself, the murder, the violence, the poverty, it made me look outside and say, who can I blame for this? Whose responsibility is? Because that's how the world teaches us to look at the problems in our life. It teaches us to look out and say, who caused this problem? Why am I going through this? Who can I blame? And I'm now in a point where I've learned that everything that I've went through was a lesson and a blessing. It wasn't a loss. It was for me to overcome and grow through. my daughter's soccer tournament was out in Olathe. If you know anything about this area, Olathe is really, really, really nice. And I was just telling my daughter, like, you don't see no homeless people on the corner out here. You don't see trash. You know, the individuals that live out here, they take care of their property. But I also told her, as nice as it is to be in Olathe, I'm so glad that I grew up in the environment that I did. I feel like it gives me a different type of resiliency. I look at the world and I'm nowhere near as fearful as it wants me to be. I think about so many people I know that say when they are in all white environments, they feel scared. And it's like, what the hell is wrong with y'all? You know how safe it is out here? And not to say that there aren't people that don't like black individuals. But that's, at the same time, you could be on 35th and Prospect and another black person to shoot your ass for the car you in. So you just got to be realistic and be happy to elevate your environment. The world gets us to accept low quality so much that you can be an NBA player making millions and millions of dollars and feel like, if I ain't a street nigga, if I ain't showing my worth, then I ain't got no value. And I'm not criticizing Ja Morant. I just think it's very interesting that the same world that uplifts urban culture 24/7, 365, got Snoop Dogg crip walking halftime at the Super Bowl. We upset when Ja Morant can't stop listening to NBA Youngboy and pulling out guns. The whole internet was super hype over the weekend about NBA Youngboy and Lil Durk beefing. And then we look at Ja Morant and say, but you can't carry yourself that way. You're an NBA player. Lil Durk play basketball. And no, he ain't in the league, but who you see Durk on TV just as much as Ja Morant. The same way Nike gave Ja Morant some shoes. What company is that that gave Lil Durk his own cereal? We promote King Von and all them, and then you shocked when NBA players look up to them. I keep saying, man, parents got to be the influence over their children. And if these children don't have a good person to look up to, a good role model, they gonna, just because he in the league don't mean he can't like NBA Youngboy. That's why I'm creating this type of art, because there's some kids right now that's gonna grow up and be dogs in the NBA, 360 dunks and all that, and they gonna say Johnny was my inspiration, Johnny was my motivation. There's kids that's gonna be the next Patrick Mahomes. See, if you don't give them an alternative outlet to express themselves, then what do you expect? That's why Tupac said the hate you give little infants punks everybody. Because if all you got to look up to is negativity, are you shocked when I gravitate towards it? I say it a lot. I'm covered in tattoos because I looked up to Lil Wayne. My daddy don't have not one tattoo. But when I seen Wayne on the front of that Source magazine, I said, oh yeah, I'm gonna look like that. All the girls like them. Why wouldn't I want to look like what all the girls look like? My son right now is 8 years old and he want to paint the front of his dreads so he can look like Ja Morant. And I'm like, nah, bro, we ain't doing that shit. But if he ain't got me, then it's already gone. It's done. And that's the problem, is we need more positive influences for the children. I'm not knocking Ja. I'm not knocking NBA Youngboy, Durk, Von, any of them. Because I realistically understand those young men. So many people say, how do you sell your soul for all this money? And how do you put out this negative art to the world? Do you know what it's like not to be able to eat? Do you know what it's like to be in an apartment and bullet holes coming through that thing? If you catch Johnny at 14, 15 and say, hey, Johnny, we're going to give you $5 million. All you got to do is make a song about killing other black people. You damn sure I do. First off, fuck your bitch. I'm on some Pac hit 'em up type stuff. And so I understand that they get these young people from these super, super, super traumatic environments and throw them a bag. It said Lil Nas X grew up in an orphanage or something, right? Lizzo's mama died. They take advantage of traumatic, broken people. And I see that, so I don't judge them. They wake up on their own. Ye woke up on his own. And though some of the things he put out to the world may have pissed off some people, everybody gets to look at Hollywood from a different perspective. See, I don't feel that no two people should agree on everything in this world, because none of us live the exact same life. But if we share our life and our story and our experiences, then that's how we help each other grow and learn and move forward. And it's all about that momentum we creating on this Monday morning. And when you come from them traumatic environments, man, you would do anything to get out the ditches. And I say that as somebody, man, who I spent many days just broken, saying, God, why me? Why our lights getting cut off again, God? Why my mama and daddy keep fighting? My mama didn't get her food stamps this month. I mean, it's levels of struggle when you young. And a lot of these young kids right now, man, they may seem like they happy and smiling because they got all this money. They still broken. You think YNW Melly is happy to be in jail right now? Young Thug happy to be in jail? Gunna labeled a snitch. These are just little boys, man. We all went to elementary school. Y'all remember what it was like to be in class and it was that little bad boy. You knew he wasn't bad for real. He just needed his ass whipped one good time. You knew he wasn't tough. And then he didn't grew up and became 16 and 17 and got some braids and some dreads. And he's still carrying like he a little tough boy. Now he toting the pistol and then he eventually lose his life or go to jail. We all know people like that. And these labels just take advantage of them. If you watch that documentary about King Von, you knew from the time that boy was like 9, he needed to be in Big Brother, Big Sister program. The Ja Morant situation is interesting because he has a father, but then again, I always say people who really didn't grow up in the trenches, I mean, his father was able to give him a pretty nice life. And that's something else that I don't know abroad, but in America, we've really put a negative spin, and in order to really approve of your blackness, you gotta be gangster, you gotta be hood. And I was raised that way because I had cousins that grew up in the suburbs, and as a child, I used to tell them that they wasn't really black because I linked blackness to poverty. That was my ignorance. That was what the world taught me. And then I grew up and I got a billionaire, LeBron James, telling me even if you're a billionaire, it's hard being black in America. We taught to look at ourselves as second-class citizens, to not believe in ourselves, to think down of ourselves. I'm disconnected from that shit. Booker T. Washington didn't think less of himself. Jack Johnson didn't think less of himself. Ida B. Wells, Madam C.J. Walker, Carter G. Woodson, Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X for sure, Muhammad Ali. And so Johnny Calloway not about to think of himself. My daddy didn't think less of himself. My papa didn't. And if you're watching this video right now, don't think less of yourself. No matter what your skin color is, no matter what your background is, no matter where you come from God. You got pure greatness inside of you. If it's still air in your body and you moving, you can watch this video, bro, the sky's the limit. The sky is the limit. And I'm not just saying it. I'm real life. Whatever you want is out here for you. Get you a journal, get you a pen, and write down some ideas. Once it really hit me how much they want us not to believe in ourselves because we can create anything. That they make us as men really be distracted as women, thinking the highest goal is to get some new ass. No. It's so much more valuable and important things to accomplish than just knocking another chick down. As a woman, it's a lot more to life than getting your face beat and looking really cute in some pictures on IG and going to the club. When we really tap into our brain and become creators and innovators, and man, we should be on Mars already, bro. We should have flying cars. There's just so many things that we should be doing in the world that is kind of like in a standstill. And I think that's why all this weird shit is being thrown at humans, because consciousness is raising in levels faster than anybody could have ever guessed. My son is 4, and there's things that he's doing at 4 years old I never could have imagined. I watch my boys dribble a basketball at 7, 8, and 9. It's like, man, they move. Kids are moving faster, and technology is moving fast. Look at the rate of data, and so I gotta try to dumb you down. That's why my babies only drink spring water, alkaline water. I'm anti-tap water. I'm anti-red 40. You know what I'm saying? Yellow 5. All the artificial stuff that dumbs us down. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, man. Study the laws of the universe. Because the seasons change, and in your life, you got to prepare for the sun as well. You got to prepare for the rainy days. And it's the greatest metaphor for life, because when you build that momentum, there's going to be times when it's going to rain. There's going to be times when you're tired. Like I said, discipline brings you freedom in ways you never could have imagined. Because it's not about the right now. It's about 10 years from now. Whatever you do today, in 10 years from now, it could be a positive or a minus. And when you start looking at life from that perspective, as Albert Einstein said, compound interest is the 8th wonder of the world. So put a brick down every day and let it keep compounding and let it keep growing. And you never know what you could have. We all come from the same universal creator. And do you think that other people are meant to live in abundance and that you're not? You think that you're not as special as LeBron James or as Jay-Z? Do you think you're not as special as Ren or Ryan Upchurch or Tom McDonald? And though we look up to these people and we really, really value their art, you got to grab the concept that there could be millions of people looking up to you like that for what you contribute. But if you never step out on faith and give something to the world, then how will you realistically ever know? If you would have told me 3 years ago that I would be inspiring and motivating people, I wouldn't have believed you. I was still trying to figure myself out, bro. We all evolve differently. But the highest human act is to inspire. And there's nothing more humbling than reading the comments of people telling me how, they turn to me when they have a bad day, or my words put a smile on their face, or my words encourage them to pick up a new hobby or to mend an old relationship, or to forgive somebody because they just been holding resentment in their heart. And that's lit to me, because as much as I'm inspiring the world, no one around me is inspired by me, if that makes sense. Like, I'm just I won't say not inspired, right? Because people celebrate you when you accomplish something big. But outside of that, I'm in my own world. I don't have anybody who's really like dummy supportive of me. And that's why I encourage y'all to follow your dreams or to pursue something, because you got to be your own motivator. You got to rev your own engine. You got to push yourself. And there was a time where I was sitting around waiting for a hype man. When I was a kid, I remember I wanted my dad to go play basketball with me so bad, to shoot around, to get my rebounds, to throw the ball back to me. It sucks having to do everything by yourself. But that's life. Nobody cares until you're successful, until you're rich, until you're famous. But while you at the bottom and you just grinding and you trying to make it, it ain't gonna be a lot of love. So to everybody who supported me and rocking with me before the world catches on, I love you. y'all the real ones for real. Because everything you see in me, I promise I see in you, and I don't even know you. But if you can look at me and you can see, hey, this little dude gonna go somewhere. This little dude gonna make an impact. I feel the same way about you. What you gonna do or what you gonna create, I don't know, because I really don't even know what I'm gonna do in the world. But I know I'm gonna make a mark. I know I'm gonna do something big, because I know my energy is strong, and my energy is extremely new to this world. There has never been me, and there never will be another me. There's an old song. I'm trying to think. The lyrics is in my head. I can't. There will never. Oh, my daddy used to bump that old school music. But man, we all are new energy, and give your gift to the world. Like I said, I'm a really wreck some things, because I think so big, and I'm not small-minded, and I don't want to. I will never ever be manipulated by the world again. I've discarded that, and I'm encouraging all you as well to. The only thing that you really have power over is your brain. Like, literally, you don't control anything else. But from the moment you wake up, you got complete control over your brain. And I remember when I used to wake up and it used to be like foggy, if that makes sense from a perspective. And it used to take a while to like really get it going, and I'd be irritated for like the first 30 minutes. And it's like, don't say nothing to me, goddamn. And now I wake up and it's like ready to go. I don't even need an alarm clock. This morning was up at 3:15 a.m. Just when you really get in tune with your body, something crazy happened. I can't tell you what or how. I just encourage you to start, man. Drinking water, taking vitamins, fast every now and then. Don't jump into no crazy fast, but just understand we don't need as much food as the world throws at us. I can't tell you the last time I've ate 3 meals in a day. It's been at least 5-6 years. I just don't see a need to eat that much food. I'm never that hungry. I can't say why, but I'm never fatigued. I'm never tired. We have a lot more energy in this tank than what we need, and that's why I say, man, when you align with Christ, something different happening in your body. But if I'm taking in all these artificial this, artificial that, I'm gonna feel sluggish. I'm gonna feel broke down, and I keep saying, man, this world don't want you to be the best version of yourself. They don't want you happy, healthy, wealthy, smiling, living in your abundance. They want you broken, sad, with anxiety, depression, arguing with your baby mama, pissed off because your favorite sports team lost. It just wants you in a state of negativity. And on this rainy Monday, I hope you smiling. I hope you laughing. And I really hope that you decide to blow a bag on everybody around you. I keep saying, man, we all dummy rich. And when you hear the word rich, most people, they first thought, man, I'm checking my bank account. This don't look rich to me. I'm in the negative. I'm in the overdraft, man. Look here. You can snap your fingers and tomorrow be somewhere you never imagined. You can have an amount of money that you never imagined. You got to live in a state of expectancy. That could change overnight. Literally. You can go from having $2 to having $2 million. You can have $5 to $500,000. It is possible. Just believe. But when I say blow a bag, I mean, blow a bag with love. With uplifting, with motivating. Make sure you hold the door for somebody today. Make sure you're nice to your coworkers. Call your mama, call your daddy. Tell them to have a good day at school. Kiss your children before they leave for school. Just you have the power to influence everybody around you. You can start their week off on a positive side or a negative side. I'm choosing to use my power for good. I'm not influencing you to do nothing because I am not an influencer, but I'm encouraging you to use your powers for good. I love you all. Have a super, super, super mega awesome Monday. You can do anything, once again, with faith, consistency, and hard work. Believe in yourself. Smile, laugh, be happy. Shake the haters off. What was that? The Harlem Shake. That's what they used to do. Puff Daddy in all them videos, G-Dep and all that stuff. Special delivery. That's what it was, Brody. Special delivery. I love you all. We outie, baby. Peace.